What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm back with another Rogue Pokemon deck video, and this one is revolving around the Azumarill that just came out in the Surging Spark set. With the Glistening Bubbles attack, if you have any Terra Pokemon in play, you can attack for 1 Psychic Energy. Double Edge doing 230 damage is insane because it one-shots basically any basic E or V or EX. I don't know why I combined the two of those. With one shot. I mean, 230 is nice. You do miss the 240 on like the Raging Bolt, so we are playing 1 copy of Vitality Band just to make sure this single prize menace can still one hit KO anything. And I'm comboing this with Espathra EX with the Dazzling Glaze ability. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks cost 1 colorless energy more, and then you swing for 30 damage times 30 for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So you can ramp up some good damage with Azumarill, take some big Okos, or you can fall back on Espathra and kind of force some more energy disruption type game. It's nice because you could also pair this deck with Xatu for a draw engine and energy acceleration engine, and since Espathra is a Terra Pokemon, it kind of makes it the perfect partner for Azumarill. There's actually a few different builds that I've kind of been playing around with for this deck, but I think Espathra was the most fun just because you get that disruption aspect, which I feel like is just like a lot of fun in general. It's kind of just nice using these random EX Pokemon that don't get a lot of love with combos like this, because I feel like, there's definitely synergy between the two of these Pokemon, and together they actually make for a very decent deck. We're playing 1 copy of Mew EX. It's a backup attacker, free retreat, pivot, and it's got a good ability. It's kind of just all around a nice card to have. 3 energy isn't too steep in this deck. We're not playing an insane amount of energy. We're playing 10, which I feel like is a very average, very respectable amount, but you could definitely set up a Mew. If you got like a Azumarill set up and you got a Espathra with like 2-3 energy, you might as well just start setting up the Mew at that point if you think you could use it to attack. I'm thinking specifically if you're playing into a Charizard, maybe you don't want to bench it because it's an easy KO, but if you're playing into decks like Charizard and you want to just copy that late game attack, you could set it up in 1 turn if you've got double Xatu, but generally I feel like you're just going to get 1 Xatu in play and you're just going to rock with that. For the rest of the Pokemon, we're playing Fezandipiti. That's it. It's just a nice draw engine. It's not super hard to KO Pokemon in this deck. Azumarill does do 50 damage to itself with Double Edge because it is the famous, hit super hard, attack yourself kind of attack. So we do 50 damage to ourselves, but in this type of format where it's just, I'm swinging for 400 and KOing whatever's in the active spot, I felt like it's not that bad. Like, it really doesn't hurt you that much, even though you're taking a lot of damage. So, your opponent will KO you pretty easily. Even Espathra is the tankiest thing in this deck, and we're sitting at 260. The real tank is going to come from the energy disruption, and not so much our HP count. So in general, Fez is going to be a great draw engine. For the A spec, I'm playing Hyper Aroma, and we got Xatu, Espathra, and Azumarill, all stage 1 Pokemon. So to be able to search for 3 of them with 1 Hyper Aroma is super sweet, especially when we're playing 4 Arven in the deck. We're playing Rescue Board, Supereffective Glasses, because grass is a super nice type to be right now with Hydreigon and Charizard floating around. TM Evolution and Vitality Band for tools. So we definitely have a bunch of tools that we can use and search out with Arven, as well as our Hyper Aromas, maybe Vessels if we need, and a couple rods just to recycle stuff. Past that, we're playing a super straightforward, supporter line and even item line. I tried to keep this deck as straightforward as possible. So we're playing 3 Iono, 2 Boss, 2 Research, and then a bunch of Nest Balls, Buddy-Buddy Poffins, and Ultra Balls, just to make sure we're getting all the Pokemon we want to play. Past that, there's really not much more to say for the list. Again, I tried to keep this list as simple as possible. I feel like with the Azumarill, you get access to a lot of super fun combos. I know one of the combos I was thinking about was Farigiraf EX to kind of deal with that Raging Bolt matchup a little bit better. You could just use Farigiraf for that one, but I felt like Azumarill does great into the basic EX decks anyways, so I didn't really like Farigiraf as much. So that got me thinking, okay, what other Terra Pokemon use Psychic Energy and can kind of lock out a bunch of decks or help that win, the win percentage against more of the stage 2 decks is what I was thinking. That's where I fell back on Espathra. Because when you think of decks like Charizard, Dragapult, Regidrago, and Dragapult, and Hydreigon, 1, you're a grass attacker, so Hydreigon, Charizard, plus super effective glasses, you're gonna have a good time into those by using Espathra more, whereas Espathra kind of fell short against the Raging Bolts, the Miraidon, stuff like that, and that's where Azumarill could do a lot better since it's swinging for KO. And when you're thinking about, Dragapult or Regidrago, you're gonna make them waste a lot more Crispins, manual attaches, energy switches for Regidrago, than they planned when you fall back on Espathra. So I feel like the synergy between these two is absolutely insane. So I can't wait to show off this video. So I mean, yeah, before I get into it, I just wanted to say and remind everyone, I got that TCG player affiliate code in the link for it in the description down below. So if you want to go check it out, order some cards, deck accessories, whatever you're doing, link is down below. Support the channel, that'd be awesome. And thank you to everyone who's just tuned in this far. I mean, I can't wait to show you guys the video, and thank you to everyone who supported the channel in any way. Channels are doing awesome, and it's great to have such an awesome community. So seriously, thank you so much. I appreciate it. With that being said, let's get into today's video and see if we can go 3-0 with Azumarill Espathra. Welcome to match number 1. We are going first, and we're up against Charizard EX. And I was gonna say, without Espathra, it was gonna be very difficult, but that was the perfect top deck, is that Flittle, for us to really get going. We kind of got, honestly, somewhat of a dream hand right here. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna throw. Do I ever put Rescue Board on the Marill? I don't think I am, not yet. I'll wait till next turn. I kind of like where our hand is sitting, but I'm going to pass. I'm sitting in a fine spot. I got no problems with this. With Espathra into Charizard 2, we do force Charizard EX to need a 3rd energy to attack. So if a deck is only playing like 5 energy, 6 energy, something like that, we actually can do very well in making them only use the Infernal Raid ability to just dump all their energy on their active. So that's going to be a kind of nice effect that I forgot to talk about a little bit with Espathra, but I'm happy to show this matchup off because I feel like Charizard and Hydreigon are two of the most well-positioned decks right now going into the next couple regionals. Small plug, if you haven't seen the podcast episode, I did a massive tier list and meta forecast for those regionals. And if you just want to stay up to date on the meta, since there's the new Arceus League updates, go check it out. And I talked about what I think the top decks are right now. But anyways, back to this matchup. I think we're pretty well positioned. Like, this is a matchup I really had in like the forefront of my mind when I made this deck, and that's why I chose Espathra, and our opponent really didn't do much there. So that's going to be huge for us, and honestly, I'm rocking with that top deck. I'm actually thinking if I want to attach it now or Clairvoyant Sense first. I don't want to research away anything that would be too important, but I don't even know what we could get off Clairvoyant Sense that, like, I couldn't play. So you know what? I think I'm actually going to, yeah, you know what, let's Clairvoyant Sense first. I was like, yeah, we could hold it, but if I whiff the energy, that would be a little upsetting. Might as well draw 2. There's not much I could get right now. I lied. There's a few things I could get right now that I can't use. Vacuum and Boss are the 2 cards I probably did not want to see right now, especially Boss's Orders. I was like, if I get a Hyper Aroma, I could search for 2 and not 3. Like, that's fine, but whatever. We kind of got hurt a bit there, but it's, you know, fairly punished, and there is nothing I could do with this hand. Oh my gosh, dude, I felt like I was in such a good spot. And it's all ruined somehow. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, well, let's get another Flittle. Let's get another Natu down. And, I mean, next turn I can Arven and have the dream Hyper Aroma. And I think that's really all I'm going to hope for. I did, but why did I bench that Mew? Oh, no, it's misplay after misplay. We're falling apart here, aren't we? All right, that's okay. Let's Earthen Vessel. Let's get away the Marill. We really don't need that guy. We'll take 2 energy. I am going to manual attach 1 now. I'm going to put it on the other Flittle. So in case my opponent takes a boss KO on a Flittle, I should hopefully be able to keep the other, and we'll pass. If they KO my Marill with the Rescue Board, it's okay. I got Mew EX in play. I'm not sweating it too much. I know they got a Pidgeot in hand from last turn. Yeah, it's probably right there. Rare Candy Pidgeot. I'm sure they could get Rare Candy Charizard. Ooh, Radiant Charizard. Okay, so they got 2 cards on hand. I'm curious to see if they have Rare Candy or Charizard in their hand. They got Surfer. That's an insane tech into Charizard, and I'm kind of loving it, I'm not going to lie. But they can't do Arven now, or Boss, which is good. I actually kind of love to see that. And if they play Collapsed, goodbye Mew. I'll be okay. There's the Fez. We can deal with Fez, too. Fez is not a bad Pokemon. We could Gust KO that. With a Marill, even, probably in the late game is a good option. I mean, we do still swing 230. Just because Espathra is built for Charizard doesn't mean we can't set up a sneaky Azumarill to take a 2-prize KO on this guy. So, you know what? I'm not too upset with how this ended up, and there's the Rare Candy Charizard. If they only get 2 energy on the Charizard, though, Espathra is going to go crazy next turn. So we'll wait. We'll see what my opponent's got in store for us. I'm curious to see if they're going to read into the Espathra now, or if they're going to, you know, we're going to force them to find that 3rd energy, and they only get 2 down. Okay, that's fine. We can rock with that. So I don't totally remember the math on, like, the times, like, how many energy I need, which I'll do in a second. I just want to check, does this have to go to a bench Pokemon? It does. Okay, that's not bad. So I could promote Mew here, use Xatu to get some energy on the Flittle, kind of make sure I'm taking that KO, and we'll play it from there. So we'll promote Mew. We're going to Arven for Hyper Aroma and ooh, that's actually not a bad top deck either, because honestly, I'll bench a Marill. Because I kind of like that boss play on Fez, like, a lot. And I think here we want to go Arven for Hyper Aroma, and Supereffective Glasses always feels kind of nice. I don't think we'll need it, but I could save it for a second Espathra, just in case. So let's Hyper Aroma now. Let's thin out all the Pokemon we need from our deck. We'll get 2 of these guys, and our last Xatu. We do have a Azumarill in hand, so that's good. I don't have another one in the deck. So I'm going to get this Xatu in play. And I'm going to evolve both of my, what do you call it, Flittles into Espathra. So here we're doing what? We got 60 damage plus 90, and then we got another 60, so we're doing 150. I need 1 more energy, and I think I got the KO. So we'll throw this energy on this Espathra. That should be enough to KO. If not, we do have another Earthen Vessel, which is pretty sweet, and I'm definitely not going to need TM Evo. So I'll get rid of that, take a couple more energy. We still have our manual attachment, actually, which is pretty sweet too. So what I could do is use Clairvoyant Sense here and start loading up the other Espathra. Because, again, if I could keep super effective glasses, I kind of want to. And then we'll retreat into Espathra. I still got a manual attachment. If I need it, I can attach for KO. No, we're swinging 360. So you know what? I might hold this energy for this Marill for next turn. I think here we just want to swing KO, kind of hold the hand. I like having Actually, I don't want to play glasses because they could easily get vacuum and just throw them away, and that'll make it harder to use this Espathra to KO while saving energy for Azumarill. So I think here we just want to rip the Psyball for 360 damage, just like that. Not bad. Take the KO, go up a prize card. Our opponent gets access to Fez, but they still need a whole lot of energy to attack, and we're going to get another energy and Azumarill out of the prize cards. That's pretty big. So I definitely expect to see a rare candy Charizard. They should be taking a KO. I mean, we've taken 2 prize cards, so they're doing what? 180 plus 60 to what, 40? Actually, you know what? They're short 20. Maybe we can live through it. If they go into Radiant Charizard, that'd be crazy, because we've taken 2 prize cards, but they still need that extra energy from our abilities. So the Dazzling Glaze actually does kind of mess with Excited Heart, which is kind of tough. So Radiant Charizard is going to be harder for them to use in the late game, and I feel like a lot of times with Charizard, they kind of just look for that manual attach swing, and if Espathra says, hey, remember, you need more than a manual attach on that Radzard, it really could disrupt our opponent's flow. So there's the quick search. We'll see if they got that rare candy Zard. I'm sure they do. Do they have 3 energy left in the deck, though? We've seen 2 in the discard pile. There's Flip the Script. I'm surprised they did Flip the Script after quick search. I feel like generally you want to draw cards randomly first and then search. Just in case you, like, draw into that thing. But no, it seemed they got it. So they got the rare candy Charizard. They need 3 energy on the active. Unless they got a Canceling Cologne or something. Which wouldn't be too bad a tech. It would shut down our ability, so they would only need 2, and they could get their attack off. And it's not a bad tech for, you know, if you're prepping for, like, Iron Thorns and stuff like that. So I kind of expect to run into a Cologne or 2, especially against Drago. So that is something to keep in mind, is your opponent will probably pop off a Cologne, and that's okay. And there's the... Ooh. Oh, that's a misplay. They put that energy on Radiant Charizard, so their Charizard is not able to attack anymore. And there's the Luminion, which is just more food for our Azumarill. So I think my plan this game is I'm going to try to take 2 prize cards off Charizard, which I already did, 2 more off another Charizard, and then go for a boss KO with Azumarill onto Fezandipiti or Luminion, both of which are going to be easy food, easy eats for Azumarill with Double Edge. I mean, look at this thing, dude. This card is adorable, and it's also ready to run fades with your entire deck. So I am, like, so in love with it. This deck is actually one I've had built for a while, since, like, before my Thanksgiving break. I'm just getting around to recording it now, so, you know, I haven't seen too much Azumarill videos. I'm trying to think of, like, what I have seen. I don't think that's really any with Espathra. If it is, I'm sorry. I mean, I wish I got this video out sooner. This was one of the combos I was most excited for. I think I just got kind of blown away by Reggie Pikachu. So that one was definitely more fun for me to play. Definitely go check out that video too if you haven't. I seriously think that deck is still so underrated, so amazing. So our opponent's going to ride here, get back the Charizard line plus another energy. We'll see if they have Rare Candy Charizard in hand again to get that 3rd energy to attack. But it seems they might have misplayed pretty bad with that energy to Radzard, and they're not going to be able to attack here. They used all their abilities. They used Arven. They did take Force Seal Stone, I'm assuming, right? No. They just took Rod. Maybe they Prize Stone. That would be bad. Our opponent might be contemplating the worth in running this game. I mean, I feel like since they're not even attacking this turn, yeah, they might just be cooked. So they're going to pass the turn there. I'm going to evolve into Azumarill, and I'll use Xatu to get the energy down on Azumarill. And then I could use the other Xatu to get the other energy down on Espathra, just in case. You know, you never know when it'll save you, so we'll do this. Now I don't need Supereffective Glasses, so if it gets Lost Vacuumed or if they play Cape as their ace spec, you know, I'll be able to deal with those things when they arrive. And I don't hate the idea of Iono, but I feel like we kind of have what we want in hand, unless I could search for boss. I guess using Iono does let me dig a little deeper and chase down boss's orders, which I don't hate. I got no energy in discard. Let's do it. You know what? I'll put the glasses on the bench one. At this point, it's like whatever. I just want to look for boss's orders, so next turn, if I need, I could just retreat into Azumarill and just swing for KO on Fezandipiti, and we are close but no cigar. So we got some good cards for when our opponent does inevitably take a KO, that's for sure. You know, we got Arven, we got Fez, so when they take a KO, I do have a big draw 3, and that's going to save us a lot. And actually, my deck is in a good position now, too. I don't want to shuffle it either. I do think I just want to, like, not use the Nest Ball and fail it, or Arven. I think I would just bench Fez and run the ability. So, we've taken 4 prize cards. Our opponent still needs 1 more energy on Radiant Charizard to use the attack. So that'll probably come from the manual attachment, although they do have Fezandipiti plus Quick Search. So they'll flip my script and then Quick Search and get what they need. Never mind, there's the energy. I take it back. So, Radiant Charizard's able to attack. However, they don't have a follow-up after yet. I mean, they are very, I'm sure, easily able to just, you know, rare candy Charizard. I'm sure they could pull that off. We're not asking the most for Charizard here, but we do have a 3 prize card lead, and there's no Duskulls, Dusknoirs in play. Although at this point, if they played one, I think they would be worse off. Like, I think making us take a 1 prize KO on Radiant Charizard is the best play. So even if they play the Dusknoir line, it's definitely not worth using. And there's the Ultra Ball. So they got Charizard in hand. They could flip the script, look for a candy, but nope, they're just going to Quick Search, get it out of the way immediately, and then flip the script after. I'm curious what they're going to look for with flip the script, or if they're just kind of playing through and seeing where it takes them. But in that scenario, I think I would have done flip the script to see if I could draw into rare candy, and then I would have used Quick Search for maybe a boss's orders or something, try to take something else out. They're down 3 rare candies, so if they play a 4th, that'll be their last one. But at this point, that doesn't really matter, and we don't play TM Devolution. We play 2 TM Evolutions, just to make sure when we go second, we can get what we need in play immediately. Because that's going to be like the big crucial step in this deck, is evolving before you get run over. But it's not hard. Like, I feel like this deck is fairly consistent. It's very straightforward, very simple, and a ton of fun to just, you know, run. And they didn't flip the script at all. It's surprising. Okay. So we've either got game here or our opponent does. Either way, you know, it is what it is. We did what we could. For now, we got Mew down. I think the play is just go Fez, then flip the script, dig for that. Never mind, there's the last boss's orders. So I do want more energy on the Espathra. We're doing 369, 120. Or, yeah, 120 right now. Now we're doing 150. 1 more energy, and we are ready to run fades on Luminion. Okay, so I shouldn't shuffle my deck. I probably should just flip the script. Hope I can draw into it. We'll see. No, I'm not able to. Alright, that's fine. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? So we could retreat into Espathra. Oh, we're doing... Oh, no, 210 because they got 2 energy attached. So, yeah, when I boss up Luminion, I'm actually not going to be taking the KO, which is the most annoying thing. I guess I could take out Radiant Charizard. But then when they KO Espathra next turn, how do I follow up? I feel like I don't have a great scenario here. I could Arven, but for what? If I Arven, I can't boss. I can't counter catcher because they're still up. I think once Ultra Ball, I'm gonna just like thin, see what's going on. I don't know what is going on right now, but I am falling apart a bit. There has to be a way I could try to close this out. Actually, it might not be worth it to take it. We got 2 energy left in the deck. Oh boy. We could set up a Azumarill next turn if needed. I would have to Arven this turn though to get we did use Bolter Vessels. I'll probably search for Rod, just get dump some energy back in the deck. is probably our best bet. Yeah, I don't hate that. Okay. So let's just make our hand as big as possible. For our opponent Ionos us at this point, it's okay. They're down a lot of energy, so they might be able to set up a Charizard, but they're going to have 5 energy in discard. They're going to need a lot to pull this off next turn. We were not able to take the KO. I know I could boss up something and attack it. I'm not going to KO anything, unless my math is that bad, but I don't think it is. 4 or 5. 5 times 350. We'd be 20 damage short on the minion. Even if we got Vitality Band in hand, it wouldn't help us out too much here. However, I will take it just in case. And I guess I'll hold it in hand. I think for now we just want to... Because what we're probably going to have to do is set up Azumarill and assume our active is going to get KO'd. So I need 4 energy on this guy. So I'm just going to take 3 energy out of the deck. Or out of the discard pile. Just dump it back in the deck. And hope we could draw into some of it next turn, if not all of it. And then we'll figure it out from there. For now, our best bet is definitely going to be Sideball for 210. We got 5 energy in the discard pile. I don't know how many energy Charizard plays, but I hope it's 5 or less. I really hope. Oh, well, it's obviously not less. I hope it's 5. I hope we're not getting any more than that. Any more than that, I'm going to be pretty scared. This game is coming down to be a lot closer than I thought. We did hit the boss. We whiffed 1 energy. 1 energy away from success. And yeah, they got the Charizard EX in hand. However, do you play 2 more energy? I didn't think Charizard plays more than 6, but I guess I'm wrong. And they need 3. They need 3 to attack. So they're moving cards. We'll see how many they got. If they play 3, they got 8 energy in their deck, which is infinitely more than I thought Charizard plays. And they did the same thing. They put an energy... They have to have another energy. Do you play 9? Now I have to check. Now I'm going to Limitless. I'm looking at a recent... Did they do the same thing twice? Tell me they made the same oopsies twice. I don't know why. I could have sworn Charizard plays like no energy. Yeah, they play 5 energy. What is this? Okay, so I wasn't tripping. A bunch of like the winning lists on Limitless are running 5. So I'm not going insane. Charizard doesn't play an insane amount of energy. But this guy does. This guy so far has 8 in his deck. He's got 3 more than normal. That's crazy. And he fails that one. Yeah, you can't attack. You ruined it. You need to flip the script, hit Rod and Earthen Vessel. Rod back energy. Vessel get the energy, manual attach swing, and then I'm worried. But like, I think that was a pretty big misplay. That's gonna bias the game, I think. I don't think my opponent's gonna come back from that. They could have put that 3rd energy. However, they did not see the route. And they're going to boss up Azumarill, take the KO, which is fine by me. My Espathra is swinging for some big boy numbers on Charizard EX. We're swinging for what? We got 150 plus 60. We got 210 times 3 with super effective glasses. We're swinging 630 damage. I could buff it up. I could research, get my energy, use Clairvoyant Sense with my Xatu's, but like, that's pretty rude. I think the best play for us, swing for KO. Take the chip. We're 1-0 against Charizard EX. And we had a pretty dominant performance, too. It was a little scary, but we made it through, and we won pretty comfortably. A little stressed, but nothing insane. So we're 1-0. With the deck, honestly, as far as rogue decks go, I'm kind of loving this one. This one's a little spicy, a little chaotic. It's a ton of fun. Let's see if we can get 2-0. Let's see if we can get that guaranteed victory in the next match and take off that stress for the positive record in the 3rd match. Let's jump into it and see how we can do. Welcome to match number 2. Our opponent is playing a pretty spicy list of Charizard, and when I said spicy, I meant it. We are staring down a Gouging Fire, and we've got a decent hand again. Not complaining, it's not bad. We kind of got what we need. We got Xatu, a bunch of Flittles. Actually, you know what? Do I bench them all? I don't know if I want to. I kind of like just benching 2 at a time. But 3 at a time does go crazy. I don't really need to bench Mew. I'm going to bench 3 at a time. My opponent somehow... I mean, I saw they were playing... Here, I'll show you the mulligan. They were playing some spice in this. Where's the mulligan here? They were playing, like, Lisa's Apparel, which is kind of insane. They're playing Colress, Energy Search, or, like, they're playing the spice in this Charizard list. So I'm going to bench 3 just in case, and I'm going to pass it on over to my opponent and see what they can do. We got a very similar vibe to last game. However, the Gouging Fire does open up the door for an insane Azumarill play. So, you know, we didn't get to show off Azumarill too much, and I know that's what I built the deck around, but I also made an Espathra deck. Like, there's not really a star of this deck, it's between the 2 of them. Like, they're both just as important as the other. So, you know, I'm not not too sad about showing it off, but we'll make sure that, or I mean, not really make sure. I'm just going to play the next match and hope it's a basic EX deck. Even Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt's a little harder, but definitely manageable still, because you could just go Boss, Ogre Pawn, and then swing 240, take the KO there. And my opponent's going to pass here. So that actually does put us in a decent spot. We could get Xatu set up. And you know what I might do too? I might actually Ultra Ball these guys away. So I can take out an Espathra. And okay, do we have Hyper Aroma in the deck? I hope we do. We do. All right, we got Counter Catch here. We got 9 energies. We got 2 vessels. We got the Dream. I think I just want to swing for as much damage as possible right now, and I also want to dig as far into my deck as possible. So I'm gonna play Mew, and I'm gonna use Restart, draw 2 cards, just because you never know when it could kind of save the game, and that's huge actually. So I can use Buddy-Buddy Poffin. I'm gonna get a. I'm so tempted to get a Xatu down and go for the double. Do we have another Xatu in the deck? I might. We do. All right. You know what? Let's just run fades with Espathra. This is an Espathra deck as far as I'm concerned right now. So we're going to attach this energy here and then rip the Iono. I just want to make sure we're swinging. We're swinging for 90 damage, which isn't anything too spectacular. However, my opponent does need more energy to use even Heat Blast, which is pretty good. So we're going to swing for 90, do some good chip damage, and also make it easier for Sideball to take a KO next turn. But on top of that, actually, wait, what did I get rid of there? Was it Vitality Band? I hope it was. No, it was Glasses. Okay. That hurts a bit, I'm not going to lie. I don't know why. I think in my brain I processed that as, what do you call it, Vitality Band? And I'm like, yeah, we're doing chip damage. I can still use Azumarill. Nope, those were my Glasses. I might have needed those for Charizard, but you know what? It's whatever. They pass. Oh no, my opponent is down bad. They do not have the setup they want, but I am not complaining. I think the play for us here is going to, you know, I could go for the KO on Pidgey, but it actually wouldn't work, would it? 30 damage plus 30 more. Actually, you know what? No, I could take the KO on Pidgey. That would be pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I could go Boss on Pidgey, kind of slow down their entire draw, which would be huge. I could use Ultra Ball. You know what? Let's do it. Let's get rid of Counter Catcher and Marill. I'll regret that later. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of feeling a little crazy. Kind of feeling like milling my entire deck. So we'll take another Espathra down, because I do have both my Xatus. Then I'm going to use Boss's Orders. Take out the Pidgey, because I'm swinging for 60. And restart for 1. That's actually a huge 1 card, I'm not going to lie. So we can use our attach on the benched Espathra, draw 2. And hey, you know what? That's not bad at all. Our bench is full. I really don't mind getting rid of a Buddy-Buddy Poffin. We'll draw 2 more energy. And I'm just going to really load up this Espathra on the bench, I think. It's probably our best bet. If my opponent can't use Flare Blitz, unless they get a 4th energy down, so they'll need something insane like Rare Candy Charizard or Sada to pull that off. So I think the safest play for us is going to be to manual attach this on the bench. Just get that guy to 3. And then swing for 60 damage on our opponent's active. If they don't do much next turn, I could retreat into my benched Espathra and try to KO the Gouging Fire, although we did get Boss's Orders out of the prize cards. Okay, this actually does open up a lot of doors for us. I think this is going to be... We're in a good setup. I hate to say this is going to be a good match for us to kind of walk through another Charizard deck, but I feel like it's going to be another good match for us to walk through a Charizard deck. I mean, we're kind of getting what we need the second I ask for it, which I never hate to see, especially when I'm recording, because it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel like these decks that we're cooking up actually are, you know, like working. Like, it feels great having rogue decks back in such a solid position, and they're going to attach pass here, and I am going to devastate my opponent. Actually, you know what? I'm going to boss here, and we could just add 60, essentially, to whatever we're doing. We're doing 150, 60. Actually, they have 140 HP left. It's actually not bad at all. So I actually don't need to attach this energy to either to the active or the benched one to KO. I think what we're going to do is set up the next Flittle, because they got 90 damage done to them. Arven is a great supporter, not one I could use right now. And I don't need to use Rod. No, I think I'll just swing for KO. We'll just swing for KO. That 90 damage is going to clutch up for us and let us go up 3 prize cards against Charizard, and their bench is not looking good. They got 3 Charmanders on the bench. They're down 3 energy, but we do know they are playing an insanely spicy list. So if the last Charizard had 8 energy, this one might have 15. I have no idea what to expect anymore. That being said, my opponent definitely has no idea what to expect either based on the board they're staring at. So I'm not complaining. I don't know if my opponent has a good follow-up. They're going to go Lisa's Apparel, which is the insane, or Lycia's Apparel. Appeal. Oh my god. Wow. Taking away letters to words, adding letters to words. I can't talk right now. They are going to switch in the Flittle. It was between that or Mew because they have to take a basic Pokemon and put it in the active spot, and it is confused. However, I also can just retreat for free with Rescue Board, and this is kind of what I meant. Never mind, there's no need to retreat for free, or worry about confusion, excuse me, but I'm still going to retreat for free. I don't know why I said that. I still definitely, I guess I'll just Arven, just to Arven. I'm not really looking for anything in specific. I'll take Earthen Vessel. I'll also take TM Evo. I think here I'm just going to try to set myself up to get through the rest of the game as good as possible, but I do like the kind of the state we're in at the moment. I'm going to retreat here for free, go into my Espathra with 3 energy, and I'm going to use both these Xatus. I've got no more boss, but that's okay. I just want to set up as many Xatus as I can to one-shot Charizard without the super effective glasses, which means I need 3 energy, assuming the Charizard is fully set up. So I'm going to get 3 energy on our benched Espathra with the Rescue Board, and we're going to get an entire Marill Azumarill line off that, which is not too bad. I'll swing for 120 here, take the KO on Charmander, put us up 4 prizes, and I think this is the lead that is very safe to say. Like, we're looking great going into the final portions of this game. I mean, they can promote Charmander. I don't know much of what they could do. Even if they attach an energy, they can't use steady fire breathing because we got that Dazzling Glaze ability putting in effort. Seriously, going to town on this deck, and there's the Charizard EX. All right, they got Rare Candy Charizard. They are able to most definitely take the KO on our active. They just need to put 2 energy on their active Charizard, and then put the last energy on their benched Charmander. And our opponent is not going to misplay with the energy like our last opponent. Actually, you know what? They're in a decent spot, I'm not going to lie, for next turn. They just need 1 energy, and they will be able to attack. However, there will be 6 energy in the discard pile, so they also have 8 energy in play already. This is insane, the Charizards I'm up against. But that's fine. I think here, one of the best plays for us is going to be to get this Azumarill line set up. And I don't really think I need another Espathra. I think I might just do the same thing. Rod into triple energy. Just make sure I got these floating in the deck. Because we've got 2 Espathras and Azumarill. There's really not much I want to look for. I could Arven. I don't see a benefit in Ionoing. I don't think their hand is too insane. I think I just want to rip the Arven, just thin the deck from something. Honestly, just give me the Vitality Band. Give me the Hyper Aroma. Hyper Aroma doesn't search me out or anything. Give me Rod just in case. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. We should be yeah, we're swinging for more than enough on KO. I am going to get rid of TM Evolution just in case, and I'll throw the Vitality Band on this guy. From there, swing for KO. Oh, wait, no. Swing for KO. Oh, that's bad. I hate doing that when I do so many extra things. I didn't need to. I don't know why I thought there would be a follow-up turn. I'm sorry to my opponent. That was really rude of me. I was playing through so many cards, not even processing. I had 2 prize cards, and I was staring down a 2 prize KO. I feel bad. I hate when I do that. I was so prepped for their next turn, for, like, the just in case, that I wanted to set up everything. I didn't fully process that, like, we had game no matter what. So, hey, 2-0 against probably one of the best decks to play right now is definitely not bad. I kind of love to see it. So, we'll see what the third matchup brings, but I'm feeling pretty good. Espathra is kind of doing all the work, but the deck is still flowing, and you can't tell me, like, I couldn't have gotten a Azumarill set up. I just haven't needed to, which is crazy that I've only needed to utilize half the deck. So, let's jump into the third match and see if we get the perfect record for the day. Welcome to match number 3, where we are up against Monkey Dory. That could be so many different things. That could be Gardevoir, that could be Lost Box, that could be, I don't even know, Blessy, Pikachu. This is going to be a mess. Alright, let's just bench everything. Let's just get it all down. We'll figure it out later. Just in case, man, actually, I really want to take Natu down, but also, if I don't get another Marill, that could be bad for next turn. Which would be better? To wait a turn I guess just one energy on the attack might be fine. I think it might be better to get another Marill down. If it's Monkey Dory, it could even be something like Cloth. And if they KO the Marill, that is something I'm gonna really want to use this matchup, so... man, this is actually really tricky. You know what, just give me the Marill. Just full send it. I gotta use Azumarill. I made this deck for Azumarill, and here I am, 3 matches in. Guess what I'm not using? Azumarill. So let's get this energy on a Flittle, and then we'll pass. Because again, I could attach it to the active, but then if they do donk it, if they're playing a donk type deck, I'm cooked. And if they don't KO it, and I get my correct setup, which we're pretty close to, all I need to do is attach 1 energy and swing. And they're playing Monkey Dory with Luminous Energy Magma Base, and it's got to be the Gouging Fire deck, and they pass. Are we about to get the most epic of donks? I think we could. Oh, that hurts a little bit, but it's not bad. All right, so we need to Ultra Ball those away. I kind of hate that I had to get rid of the energy. I think what's more important for us is to take the... I think I have to push the Azumarill play. So we need energy Espathra. It's not bad. It's not bad. So we're going to evolve into Azumarill here. Research. 1 energy, 1 Espathra. We got them both. That's a huge KO. This deck is insane. This deck is actually, like, ridiculous. So you can imagine, if this was a donk type deck, like Raging Bull, we had the Vitality Band too. So we kind of just did it all. So we're going to Ultra Ball, get rid of those 2. Take our Espathra, and they scoop. We didn't even get to technically use Azumarill. Ah, that's so annoying, but hey, that's not bad. I mean, I feel like, even though that was super short, that was, like, proof on, honestly, how consistent this deck has been. Like, this deck, honestly, isn't bad. Like, I don't know if it's regional level. I'd consider it. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be lying to you if I said I wouldn't consider it. But, like, I would bring this to a locals with, like, some not insanely high expectations to win, but, like, you could push a top cut in, like, a cup with this deck. You hit the right matchups, and yeah. Like, our opponent was 100% playing the Gouging Fire donk deck, which kind of falls into that Raging Bolt category where they kind of get past that 230. I think Gouging Fire is 240. Maybe it is 230, but either way. Azumarill can deal with it pretty nicely. We did get the Vitality Band that turn. Even if they got more of a hand, like, we still kind of were going to walk through them. So, hey, I'm rocking with it. I'm not complaining. I do plan on getting a big stream out this weekend as well. So if you guys want to see more of this deck, definitely let me know on the stream. Or if you want to see a different version of Azumarill where I hopefully try to use it more depending on what I hit in the matchups, let me know. And I would love to make another deck with it. Azumarill is a ton of fun to play, and there's actually so many partners out there for it. So I could totally make another list with Azumarill if you have one in mind that you wanted to see paired with it. But this was an epic Espathra video. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely had fun recording it. And seriously, thank you so much for all of the just support and everything recently. For real, I do appreciate it. So thank you everyone for tuning in. With that being said, stay epic. Peace.